So we're going to do some meditation now in the central channel of the body. And so as we do these kinds of meditations, we're engaging with what a lot of people across time and space have done, meditation in the light body. And when we're working with the light body or the energy body or the auric body, the auric field, in many ways, we're working with our imagination, right? And we're starting with our imagination. And I really want to encourage folks to believe what you want to imagine. So if you see particular shapes, get very curious about those shapes. If you see particular colors, let those colors inform you. And if anything that I'm saying, if you're like, I don't know, I just don't feel that, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Notice what happens in your own imaginative experience and your somatic experience. So we've just done some work to bring more consciousness into the spine, kind of loosen up the spine. And we did some touch and palpation at the base of the spine and the top of the spine. And these are going to be important points for our meditation today. And they're points that are foreign for a lot of folks, or they're kind of like mysterious. And especially if you go to exercise classes and they say something like, move your tailbone, but then what they're doing is they're moving their sacrum or they're moving their whole pelvis. It can be really confusing for folks who aren't in anatomy students, right? Because you're like, oh, my tailbone is my whole pelvis. No, your tailbone is the little bit of bone that's hanging down by your anus and your butt crack. It's below your sacrum, right? So I'm going to cue some awareness at the tailbone. And I really want you to get curious about where is your tailbone so that you can direct your awareness there, because it's different than your sacrum. And then the same thing at the top of your spine. The top of your spine is about the height of your nose. It's not necessarily your whole neck, right? And some of us might feel like, oh, the top of the spine, it's like here. No, a couple inches up. All right. Taking it out. Okay, so we're going to work on a meditation now with the light body. Please make yourself comfortable in a seat or standing or lying down. If it feels safe to you to close your eyes, then close your eyes. If it doesn't feel safe to you to close your eyes, or if it disturbs you in your body at all, then let your field of vision be very broad as we work today. And you might work with kind of half-lidded eyes, so that the eyes are really relaxed, really gentle. And let's take a few breaths of consciously relaxing the eyes, letting them rest into the skull. There's a lot of focus on the eyes today because the eyes are such an important part of the central nervous system for sighted people. And it's such a dominant sense in our society. And so a lot of tension patterns involve the eyes. Really relaxing the eyeballs, feeling the weight of the eyes rest into the back of the skull. Okay, let's bring a little bit of extra focus now into the exhaling breath. And follow the exhale all the way out to the end. The inhale will naturally arise after the exhale. Let the inhale flow in naturally, noticing ease in your breath. And then lengthening out the exhale. With your exhale breaths, again, bringing the relationship back to earth. As you exhale, feeling the earth below you. When the inhale naturally begins, there's no force in the inhale breath. Noticing ease, letting the ease expand out. Almost as if you're inhaling the earth's exhale. The exhale is muscular, using your abdominal strength, drawing the breath all the way out, and then letting go, letting the breath flow in. Now, using your hands and your touch if it's helpful. As you breathe, I'd like you to bring awareness to your spine. And your spine is pretty central in your body. The back part of your spine is the part of your spine you can feel easily, bony back part. And you might want to touch that part so you feel it. But the front part of your spine, not a part of your spine you can touch very easily without poking through your organs. The front part of your spine is very central in your body. Stick vertebral bodies. Your heart rests just in front of your spine. Many of your organs connect to the front of your spine. And in front of your spine is a place where many mystics and esoteric traditions have suggested that the central channel, our central energetic connection, lives. So if you know about the Sushumna Nadi, you might think about that central cord or axis of energy. Visualizing the front of your spine or the area that's just in front of your spine. And as you breathe, the exhale breaths are moving your breath downward along the front of your spine into the earth. And as you inhale, the earth is breathing up into you, filling your body with breath that moves from the base of your spine to the top of your spine. In your imagination, as you exhale, can you exhale even from the top of your spine? So from your brain stem, you're exhaling into the earth. And then your inhale is just receiving. Receiving the earth's breath, letting it move all the way up from the base of the spine to the top of the spine. As you breathe, imagining that your breath is light. And as you exhale, you're following a river of light, flowing from the top of your spine, through the length of your spine, through your central body, through the base of the body and into the earth. And as you inhale, you're breathing the earth's light, the earth's life. Central channel filling with light from the base to the top. The top of the inhale breath, when your breath comes all the way to the top of your spine, all the way into the central part of your skull, feeling that your crown then emits light, that light can pool all the way up into space. And as you exhale, even what's above you starts to get drawn and pulled in through your head, kind of like a rinsing process or a washing process, recycling, metabolizing energy and light, moving it back towards the Earth's body, metabolizing, transforming, breathing up into you. So as you visualize and maybe even as you feel that your central body is full of light and that your breath can move all the way along this channel, now we're going to start to focus. And in this focus, just like we did with our eyes a moment ago, we're going to try and get really specific. And now I'd like you to bring your internal focus to the tip of your tailbone. And as you breathe now, you're bringing your breath into the tip of your tailbone. And in this point of focus, you're really concentrating. You're holding that sense of concentration. And in your breath and in the movement of your breath, that's bringing light into your spine, you can imagine that there's almost like a dimmer switch. And so as you inhale, the light is going to get brighter. And as you exhale, the light will dim as it moves down and back into the earth. Focus and concentration at the tip of the tailbone. Bringing light into the tailbone. You can brighten this light. You can turn up its luminosity. You can focus and you can concentrate this light like a flashlight, like a point of light, directing it towards Earth. Increasing vibrancy, building luminosity around the tailbone. Okay, and then for the next few breaths, let's let the focus now broaden a little bit. So light is filling the space around your tailbone, in the tissues of your pelvic floor, anus and genitals. And there's a kind of rhythmic with the breath, almost like a pumping, a light transference between your body and the earth. As you inhale, the light gets brighter. As you exhale, feeling that release of the light back to earth. And in this maybe light getting dimmer, we're celebrating the yin, right? The cooling, the darkness and emptiness. There's nothing negative here. But as light comes in, then it brings heat, energy, vitality, warmth. And then in the next few breaths, letting your field of awareness get even broader. And so now this light is spreading into the area that's all around your lower body. from your tailbone through the flesh and the organs, and the tissues, beyond your legs and buttocks, into the space just above ground. Right. Now we'll continue on our journey, and we're going to now draw attention upwards, and it can always be helpful to touch. And so you might bring your fingertips and trace them from your pubic bone up just a couple of inches till you get to about 1 inch or 2 below your belly button. And if you could touch through your body from below your belly button, through your body, you touch through some organs, through fats and tissues, but if you could reach all the way back to the bone, you'd be touching kind of the lower lumbar vertebra, or the top of your sacrum area. And so again, we want to bring our concentration into the front of the spine. And at that point now, we're going to focus this light, focus this beam of light. And let's begin with the focus, very concentrated. Increasing the vibrancy and the strength of light as the focus and the concentration builds. Sourcing and resourcing from the earth. From this space, also feeling the connection down to the tail, and then back up, but concentrating here. Letting the focus start to broaden a little bit so that light fills your upper pelvic basin and low belly. Breathing light. Letting the focus expand now into the area around your low belly. So as you breathe, light comes up from the earth, directed into this space, central body, out into the tissues, into the organs, and into space. And then we'll continue to move up, using your hands if it's helpful to find the space that's just below where the ribs come together. A couple of inches below your breastbone, kind of halfway between belly button and breastbone. If your fingertips could reach back and touch your spine, feel that area of your spine. Imagine the front side, front of your spine, central body. And like there's a flashlight or a laser light, begin very focused, very concentrated. As you breathe, breathing in the intensity and the brilliance of this light. Breathing up from the base of the spine. Illuminating now this point and letting it start to spread out. Light filling your upper belly. Your stomach and your spleen and your kidneys and your liver. Your pancreas and upper intestines. Light filling your skin. Letting that light spread out, expand, and get bigger. Maybe more diffuse, but spreading into the space around your body. Calling light up into our heart centers. Helpful to touch the center of the sternum or breastbone. You could touch back behind your bone. You touch your heart. You touch the front of the spine. Resourcing. Feeling that the tip of your tailbone is still drawing up light, but now the light is moving all the way up to the central heart space. Focusing right at the center of the body. Feeling the force of that light, feeling its strength. Letting that light get bigger. Expanding the focus. Expanding the brilliance. Letting it move out into the chest. Fill and expand into the back body. Into your shoulders, into the space around your chest, out and beyond. Light emanating into the space around you. The heart's light now coming up through the base of the throat. And let's imagine now the very center of the throat, the space that runs in the front side of the spine, from the base of the throat to the top of the spine, behind your nose. Very central point of the throat. Focus the light there. Envision the light. You see it in your imagination, your mind's eye. Let the light spread into your throat and neck. Let it spread into the space around your throat and neck. All the way around, into the back, into the sides. Okay, feel for the top of the spine, and then go just above the top of the spine, go into the brain. Let your awareness come into the center of your brain. Feel for the space behind your eyes. Fill that point with light. Drawing vitality up the spine into the center of the brain. From the center of the brain, expanding out. Letting your concentration now include everything inside your skull. Your skull is glowing with light. Letting that light spread beyond your head. Pouring out your face, through the back of your head, up and out. Okay, and now visualize about 8 inches above your head that there's a glowing point of light. There's a tiny little sun. And now as you breathe in the next breaths, imagine light pouring up from your tailbone, below the belly button, solar plexus, heart, throat, through your head and crown and up to this point of light above you. And then as you exhale, let the light spread out into the space around you. A few breaths like this, inhaling, imagining you're pulling light, pulling vitality, pulling energy from the base of the spine all the way up through your energy centers, this point of light above your head. Focusing on that point of light, and then as you exhale, letting your focus get broad. Letting light pour into the space around you. In these breaths, as you inhale, your energy body, like a torus, right? Like an energy kind of vortex, moving upwards, and then pouring and spilling out. Returning to earth. From the earth, drawing up light through the central channel, up through the head, beyond the head, out into the aura, into the space around your body. And then in these next couple breaths, maybe linking some movement. You might want to bring your arms up and out as you breathe in, letting them circle down back to the earth as you breathe out. Letting the breath and the imagination and the inner body and felt sense experience this flow, this gathering, light pouring upwards, moving up, out, beyond, and then pouring down. And then in the kind of last breath or last gesture, the hands can come together right in front of the heart, hands holding the central space. And feel your light body emanating up through the length of the spine, through your central body, your auric field, your energy body expanding out, holding the space around you. And then very gently, if your eyes are closed, let the eyes open so that the gaze can come to the hands. Let the eyes stay soft and relaxed. And then as you release the hands, we're going to release this practice, releasing the hands back to earth and letting all of this energy that we've built collect in our bodies, get grounded into earth. And again, ending with gratitude. Thanks for any benefit that was received, any moment of ease, any breath that was just a little deeper, a little fuller. And may any benefits received be shared, be given, and transmitted for the benefit of all beings without exception.